Hi there, BookTube! My name is Christina and today, I can't believe it, but I'm actually filming my winter TBR, and this means that the year is ending and please someone tell me where it went, because it literally seems like I blinked my eyes and now it's almost 2020. It's crazy. But yeah, here we are with my last seasonal TBR of the year, and this time it's just a selection of books that I feel like perfect for the season. I decided to go with a real winter TBR. Usually I focus more on the last books that I want to read in a year, but this time I just want to have something cohesive that will go on through the change of the year and that will go with me till February. And I hope to read all of those books, but we will see how it will go. At Christmas I won't be here at home, so I will be traveling a little bit, so I don't know how much I will actually read. It can be very much or very little, it all depends, so we will see. But without further ado, let me get to the books that I would like to read this winter. First of all, I have a book that went everywhere around BookTube, and I'm so late to the party and I feel so guilty because the book is The Bear and the Nightingale, and it's the first book in a well-loved trilogy. And the reason why I'm feeling guilty is actually that it's a fantasy that is set in Russia and I've never read it. It's like a personal attack. So I will finally read it. I heard so many good things. I know that Rivery from Le Petit Photographe loved this book and recommended it so much, so I can wait to get to it. And if you're not familiar with the story, this is a fantasy set in Russia during the years when pagan beliefs and Christianity were like still colliding, and we're following Vasilisa. I love the name. It's the name of a lot of our most famous princesses. We have a lot of Vasilisas when we're like studying or listening to fairy tales in Russia. Vasilisa is a very common name, and she is just a girl living in a village and she really respects the spirits and the old ways. But one day her father brings home a new stepmother from Moscow, and she's very Christian Orthodox from what I may guess, and she's all against these kind of beliefs, and she tries to change the whole village's opinion. So I can't wait to see where it may go. It's set in Russia, the cover is wintry, so I believe that winter is just the perfect season. One more book that I have here is again a fantasy, and again it's set in a cold land from what I get, and from the title too. I waited to read this book specifically for this season, and it's The Sisters of the Winter Wood. First of all, the cover is just gorgeous. It's quite a brick of a book, but the very interesting thing about this book is that it's told in a dual form, so we have both poem and prose. So even if it seems very long, then there are chapters that are like that, so I don't think that it will take me that much of a time. And we're following two sisters. Their names are Liba and Laya, and this book is set in between Ukraine and Moldova, a very specific territory, and I'm curious to know more about this story. It deals a little bit with magic, it's a bit whimsical, and I hope that I will love it. Part of my family is from Ukraine, so I will see how it will go, and the title seems perfect, the colors are perfect, the place is perfect. I hope that I will love this book. Next is a book that isn't set in Russia or Eastern territories, but it's in Russian. And this is a book that my grandmother sent to me, I believe last year, and I had no opportunity to read it yet. It's a book by Rozamunda Pilcher, and it's В канун Рождества in Russian, and in English I believe it's Winter's Solstice. Yes, it's Winter Solstice, and it's a book that's been published in 2000, so a little bit, just a little bit dated, but I hope that I will love it. First, look at this gorgeous book. I already told it to you months or years ago that I really love Russian hardcovers because they're always beautiful. You don't have to have a jacket on the book itself is art, so it's very beautiful. And this is the story of 5 people who gather around Christmas period, and they're just sharing their stories. And from what I get in the back of the book, it's just a cozy, warm feeling at around Christmas time when stories intertwine and it's snowing outside, so it's kind of hygge and I hope that I will like it. My grandmother loves Rosamunde Pilcher. It's the second book that she sends me from her, but I've not read the other one yet, so at least I want to read this one for sure. The next book that I would like to read, and again we have a Russian theme going on, it's Shadow and Bone. And it's the first one in a very well-known trilogy, the Grisha trilogy by Leigh Bardugo. Yes, I never read anything by Leigh Bardugo. You may judge me. Yeah, go on, judge me. And this will be a first. I actually own the full box because I bought it on a whim like 1 or 2 years ago, but I've not read them yet. And it's set in Russia, so I decided to just go with it and just see how it goes during this winter. It's a fantasy, it's about magic and a competition, I believe a magical competition, but I will know more when I will read it, and I hope that I will love it as much as everyone else. The next book, again wintry, is Winter House. I don't know if the book is actually set during winter period, but the title, I mean, suggests something. It's actually the title of the hotel at which our young protagonist is sent by her aunt or uncle, and she just finds herself in the midst of a kind of a mystery that she needs to solve. And I don't know, it seems quite cozy. It's a middle grade, and then I love to read a middle grade every now and then. It's fast, it's always creative, and I just enjoy it so much. So I hope that I will love this one, and I will let you know about it, of course, if I will. Next is a book that I really wanted to read in the past, but I somehow never got to it. And when I saw the cover of it, it just made me think about winter, so that's the reason why it's on this TBR. And it's The Diary of a Bookseller. And it's actually the first-hand experience of the author, who is the owner of a second-hand bookshop, I believe in Scotland. And so she just shows you all the ups and downs, the trials, the goals and so on of someone who is dealing with books on a daily basis. So reading about books is always cozy, and I hope that I will enjoy this specific book and that it will make me feel like warm and I don't know, cozy maybe during this period of time. And then the last book is actually something that I don't know yet, because to discover my last book for the winter TBR, you will have to wait and watch my next video, because I will be deciding what to read. I will be doing a try a chapter for very specific books. They are winter themed or Christmas themed books, and I will go and try them out and see which one most appeals to me, and I will probably unhaul the other ones because they're very specific. They're books that I only want to read during this period of time. I never done it, but I always wanted to, so it happens only during this period of time. And to be real, how many Christmas books may I read during Christmas period? Not that much, so I will give it a try and see. And if you're curious to know my last book, then stay tuned for my next video. And please let me know down below what are the books that are appealing to you the most during winter. Is there like a genre, or is there a demographic, like maybe children's book or a middle grade book or adult, young adult, wherever? Just let me know down below, and I hope to see you very soon in my next video. Bye! Ciao!